I like to put the sauce on first so it has a little bit longer to like warm up than the actual noodles, because I like my sauce really warm, especially since I add Parmesan cheese at the end of my sauce when I'm eating it. So I like it to be really warm. So I like to put the sauce on like a medium temperature. So I'm going to be putting the sauce in now. And this sauce tends to stick. Gotta shake it a little bit, get it all to come out. So I like as much sauce as possible because this sauce tends to be really runny, and I like to try to have as much sauce as I can so that way when I eat my first bowl, or when I'm like putting it away, there's plenty of sauce. Okay, that's 1 can of sauce. I like to use 2 cans of sauce since I use small cans. I've never made this before, but back a while ago I was at Olive Garden and I saw that they had a 5-cheese marinara sauce. And so I'm going to be attempting to create a cheesy marinara sauce, except I'm actually not using true marinara sauce for my pasta sauce. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but I'm here to attempt it. I think it would taste really good. So yeah, I'm actually gonna be surprised if this turns out pretty good, because I actually prefer to use pizza sauce on my stuff. These aren't quite ready to cook yet, but I just wanted to say that I'm going to be using thin spaghetti noodles today. And with my spaghetti, I like to do about 1/2 to 3/4 of the box broken in half, and then I like to keep the other half to like 1/4 of the rest of the box. Long, I prefer like the longer strands, but I like the shorter strands because then you get a little bit more noodles, which means you get more spaghetti. So my water is finally boiling now. I'm going to turn the heat down to like 8 now, because I don't want the water to overflow. And then I'm gonna turn my fan on over my oven so that way the smoke alarm doesn't go off. My spaghetti noodles now. And then, even though I use a non-stick pan for this, I like to stir it around after all the noodles are in, just so they don't stick, because sometimes they do stick. So now that I got the pasta cooking, I'm going to be adding the cheese to my sauce. And it's plenty hot up, as you can see. It was bubbling. I need it kind of hot to melt the cheese that I'm going to be adding into it. I'm not sure exactly how much cheese I'm adding, but I want enough so that way you can taste the cheese inside of it. I actually might turn the heat down to like 2. I don't want this to burn. And this is still going to be cooking even after the cheese melts. So I got a little bit of cheddar in there. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of mozzarella cheese in there as well. I think the mozzarella and cheddar together make a pretty good taste. So a little bit of mozzarella. I hope this turns out well, because then I'll have to completely throw out the sauce unless I use it for something else, but if it's not good, I don't think I can use it for something else. So now I mix this in. And I guess just stir it around until it melts into the sauce. The sauce did change color a little bit, which I think is a good sign that it's turning out okay. Because like I said, I'm trying to do something similar to that Olive Garden sauce that I had, and I remember it being kind of light. So hopefully this tastes good. It looks good. Okay. I'm also going to be making garlic bread, because what's pasta without garlic bread? What's Italian food without garlic bread, to be honest? So about, I should say, maybe 3 minutes before your noodles get done cooking, preheat the oven to around 350 or 400. I personally do 350 because I like a little bit softer bread, but I forgot to do this, so I'm letting it preheat just a little bit before I put the garlic bread in. My garlic bread is still in the freezer, but I prefer to take it out right as you're going to cook it, because then it's easier to separate the bread if it sticks together. Okay, so for once, none of my garlic bread stuck together, which I'm happy about. I don't typically like to use cooking spray when I make garlic bread, so there's no cooking spray on it, but you can use cooking spray before you put them on if that's what you prefer to do. And then obviously you're gonna read the back of the box if you're making frozen garlic bread to see how long to cook it. I usually cook mine for between 4 and 5 minutes. That way it's fully cooked, but it's still a little bit soft. I prefer when like the bread part is really soft. I don't like crunchy garlic bread. I don't think it tastes as good. So I'm going to be putting this in now. The oven has been heating up for a few minutes by this point. So into the oven it goes. I try to drain as much water as I can out of the noodles when I'm draining them, because I don't really like as much moisture in my noodles. And so while the garlic bread is cooking, I'm going to be mixing the sauce in, so that way when the garlic bread is ready, the sauce and noodles will be ready too, so you can eat them at the same time. So, and the sauce does look a little bit thicker, which I'm glad. Like I said, I had a problem with like runny sauce usually. Even with regular sauce. When I used to eat regular sauce, it was pretty runny, but the pizza sauce is like even runnier than that. Then you're gonna try to get out as much sauce as you can. So now, once you've got all your sauce in, you're going to mix it together. I'd like to use my pasta utensil to mix it around. Again, I'm not sure how this is gonna taste, but hopefully it's good, or I'll have to throw this whole thing out. 'Cause I'm a very picky eater. I know it's bad, but I am, so. And even if this is good now, hopefully it still tastes good for like leftovers. So you're gonna want to mix this until you can see that no noodles still look white, because that means they're not covered with sauce. If you're making this, you want all your noodles to be covered with sauce. Just a plain noodle does not taste good. I don't know if you guys like that, but I definitely don't like that taste. Okay, so it looks like it's all done mixing now. The sauce actually did work a little bit better as far as sticking to the noodles and it being a little bit thicker. It didn't all run to the bottom this time. So again, hopefully this tastes good. And then I like to normally put this in a bowl, put some Parmesan cheese on it. Then the Parmesan cheese, I like to put Parmesan cheese on this, and then because it's hot, the Parmesan cheese melts, which actually tastes good because I like to use real Parmesan cheese, the shredded kind. So if it's melted, it actually tastes better because it's like incorporated into the sauce and everything, and it's really good, which also is another way that I came up with trying to create this, because if the Parmesan cheese mixed with the sauce tastes good, then this should taste good as well. It's been 4.5 minutes now, and I think my garlic bread is ready. It looks ready at least. So